Thank you.
Absolutely welcome.
Okay, guys, I am going to get us started by introducing myself. I am Tonya Lawrence, the blockchain queen. I make crypto easy to understand and easy to purchase. I am especially excited to be here at the beginning of 2025 because there is so much that's going to happen. This call is going to be chock full of information. If you have something to write with or take notes, I highly recommend it because I'm going to be giving you details on information, added value, and you'll want to be able to access this information if you need it. So I am going to start us off with 5 reasons why it's imperative for people to be in the cryptocurrency space in 2025 and to learn about cryptocurrency. Blockchain Queen LLC is the platform that I designed, and the pure focus is education. It's education and coaching. We are not a platform where you give money to anyone. You will invest your own money, you will manage your own money, but we will teach you everything you need to know along the way. I have been struggling with the fact that for so many people, they get involved in platforms that promise them returns on their money, scam them in 6 to 8 months, they're gone, their money's gone, and there's nothing you can do about it. And then people decide or get scared, don't know what to do. And so they do nothing then. And so they miss the opportunities that people who were educated and didn't put their money into a platform, but managed their own cryptocurrency portfolios were able to see significant gains over the years. And that is what I truly want for everyone here. So I am going to be giving you 5 reasons right now why you should be learning about crypto, why you should be educated in this space. And if at least 2 out of the 5 apply to you today in your current life or where you want to be, I highly encourage you to like buckle in, start taking notes, and realize that what I'm going to give you after that is going to tie in and really help you understand why this season is so important for all of us. So, number one, crypto is becoming mainstream. My husband just sent me an article. It was, and if you're a football fan, soccer in the US, football everywhere else in the world, if you're a fan, FC Barcelona just partnered with the cryptocurrency Cardano. I don't know if anyone realizes this, but soccer/football is the biggest sport in the world. It's bigger than like the NFL. We're big on the NFL and football here or college football in the United States, but globally, soccer reigns supreme. And for a major soccer team to partner with a cryptocurrency, they're going to start providing NFTs, which are non fungible tokens, which means like there'll be some type of token, some type of ownership that people can have a part of memorabilia that is valuable, or even maybe some shares of the company. I don't know what exactly the detail is for the NFT, but they're going to start providing that to the fans along with education so that they can start to earn money in this cryptocurrency space. That is big. So FC Barcelona is partnering with Cardano. So that is just one example of many examples. There are actually teams in the United States that have fan voting on the blockchain. So if you go to their basketball games, you can vote on different things and it's done on the blockchain. So it's becoming mainstream. The global adoption of cryptocurrency, the new administration that will be inaugurated on January 20th is adopting cryptocurrency and really pushing that initiative forward. The country of Kenya, I see Joseph on here who lives in Kuwait now, but is from Kenya. They just announced that they are making cryptocurrency legal and they want their citizens to learn about cryptocurrency. And so Joseph and I are working on an initiative to like take over that educational process in Kenya, right? So it's going to be impacting businesses, payment systems, investments, innovation. Learning about crypto will position you to stay ahead of this rapidly growing digital economy. Guys, when you think about the internet, We, with the creation of the internet, S. Rich, you look pretty young, so you may be the baby of the group here, but a lot of us, all the rest of us, were around when the internet really became big and started growing, right? And so if you're thinking in terms of the internet and you were around as the internet developed, we are right now in 1998 of the internet. So this is back when, or no, 97. This is back when you had to get a disk from AOL in order to even be able to email someone. That's how early we are in this blockchain technology and cryptocurrency space. So you were at the right place at the very beginning to really start learning. Okay. The number two reason why you should be, and for those who just joined us, we are sharing 5 reasons why you should be engaged and learn about cryptocurrency. And if at least 2 of these 5 resonate with you, I encourage you to really listen to what I'm going to share afterwards and allows you to move forward. And I'm going to share some extra tips and value with you. Okay, so opportunities for wealth building. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum have proven to be lucrative investment opportunities by the way that they've grown over the years. And I'm going to share my screen here because I know a lot of people say, well, I missed Bitcoin. I missed the opportunity to get in on Bitcoin, and I am going to tell you that you did not. Okay. So type in the chat for me. What do you do when your favorite pair of sneakers or your favorite pair of shoes go on sale? What do you do when something goes on sale that's your favorite thing that you wanted? I know that chat's going to start lighting up here because I know everybody loves a good sale. You go and buy them. Absolutely. And so that is happening right now with, yeah, Sean said you get 2. Yes, my kind of man. It looks like I froze. All right, in particular, and I am speculating that it's because of the upcoming inauguration in the United States, because we are still a superpower around the world. And with the new administration being very crypto friendly, they're expecting a huge increase. So right now there's a dip or a sell on currencies. And so it's a fantastic time to grab and start your portfolio after you're educated. Do not do anything until you're educated, okay? And so you'll see here on this chart, this gives you the daily price of Bitcoin for just today. You'll see that underneath where it's red, that means that it went down, below the current price, which is 94,000 a coin. And where it's green, it went above that price. This is just today. The markets move just like stock markets. So it goes up and down, up and down. All right. And so Bitcoin at its height after the elections hit $108,000 a coin. Write that number down, $108,000 a coin, because that is the highest price that Bitcoin has gone to. It is currently today at 94,000 a coin. If someone gave you $94 and said, take this $94 and turn it into $108, would you want to? Type yes or Y in the chat for yes, N in the chat for no. Like, just let me keep my $94, right? If you had the chance to turn $94 into $108, how many times would you want to do that? Y in the chat for yes, N in the chat for no. That's what we're looking at just on a base of regular baseline, because it will and it should, based on analysts and historical numbers, continue to grow and at least reach that $108,000 a coin mark again. Okay. And so if this screen ever acts right, I'm going to show you the all-time chart so you can see what Bitcoin has looked like over the years. Got a lot of spinning action going on. I'm too much. I'm bringing too much heat and too much sauce. It is just freezing up over here. I'm too much. They know I'm on fire. Okay, let's give it a second. And I probably have way too many screens open under here. Okay, I see all kind of Y's in the chat now. Okay, it looks like we're good to go. I am going to, so this is the day what the price of Bitcoin has looked like today. Here is the all-time chart on Bitcoin. Since the beginning of time with Bitcoin at its lowest point here, going throughout history, it has continued to rise, with the peak being 108,000 a coin. Guys, the analysts, the very intelligent, very gifted analysts that are studying these coins, looking at past performance, see the trajectory of Bitcoin. Type this in this chat, type this number in the chat, hitting 400,000 a coin. Hit 400 in the chat if you're with me on this. 400,000 a coin. So if you can now take your $94 and turn it into $400, put 400 in the chat for me. Okay, so we hit on number two. Number three, the rise of Web3 and decentralization. Web3 is the blockchain. Web3 is another name for the blockchain. Okay, so when you hear blockchain, when you hear Web3, they mean the same thing. The internet that we have now is not the internet that we had back in 1997 when we were running around calling our mama saying, "Did you get your AOL disk in the mail yet?" So we could try and email each other, right? The internet that we have now is Web 2.0. It allowed us to have social media, it allowed us to have videos on the internet. We didn't have that before, right? And so that was Web 2.0, the development of Web 2.0. Web 3.0 is the blockchain. And with the rise of this technology, it's reshaping complete industries. The federal government will be reshaped, but voting will be impacted. There will be no more bomb threats because everybody will have their cell phone where their vote will be counted right from their cell phone on the blockchain, completely changing things. Amazon. Anyone familiar with Amazon? If you're not familiar with Amazon, put Amazon in the chat. Okay, there should be no responses there. Everyone knows who Amazon is globally, right? My house does not go a day without an Amazon package popping up. Amazon currently has 1 million square foot facilities with no one working there. Imagine that a building that's 1 million square feet and there are no employees. It's all robots using artificial intelligence in the blockchain. Why is this important for you to know? It's telling you where the world is going. And I am telling you this because people thought, oh, Amazon, it's a fad. You know, people will get back to leaving their house and going to shop. It's not happening. Stores are closing like clockwork. Who would have ever thunk that Party City would go out of business? My oldest is 27. So for 27 years at a very minimum, I've parties before that, but for 27 years at a very minimum, I've been going to Party City to buy all the supplies for every party. That is no longer the way that you'll be able to buy party supplies. There are retail stores, there are behemoth franchises that are going out of business because they didn't pay attention to technology and the advancements in technology. So you are here learning about this. Guys, this is not just an education about you being able to make some more money, it's an education about how your entire future will change. More importantly, even if you don't have grandchildren, the world that we have right now is not at all going to reflect the world that we have for our grandchildren. So this information is vital for you to start taking it in, for you to start adopting it, for you to learn it at your own pace so that we can begin to make an impact in this space. And I'm going to tell you about some projects that we already have going on that are massive. Okay, so the rise of Web 3.0. So think about it in your career, in your job. If you are in finance, like a CPA or an accountant, we already see that on Cash App, people can file their taxes. I think it's free on Cash App. What happens when people can do their taxes for free on the blockchain? Accounting or CPA, I don't even know. I don't think you have to be a CPA anymore to work at like an H&R Block. Those jobs are gone. because people will be able to do it much easier. All of their information will already be on the blockchain from their job, from their payroll, everything. And now they just hit one button for a consensus to say, yep, this is all my information. You have everything and it's filed. Okay. So that's a whole career path that is going. Um, okay, another one. Number four, protection against inflation. We know the US dollar is not backed by anything. It used to be backed by gold. It used to be the gold standard. It's not backed by anything anymore. So the movement for countries, entire countries, to start looking at cryptocurrency as a secured method of their standard for their currency is happening. El Salvador was the first country to adopt Bitcoin as their currency for their country. They were having wars, different things were happening. So they were like, you know what, we're going to get this currency that is not impacted by a dictator coming in or, drug activity, whatever it is backed by crypt- cryptography, mathematics, and energy. That is way more solid than a piece of paper that governments get to print at will because they want to and because they voted on it, or because some central bank saying, inflation is going up. Let's go ahead and print some more money and decrease the value of the money. So this technology is really making sense for more and more smart people to say, this is the way that we want to go. And when governments, the people currently in government start to get older, start to retire, and the young people who are really saying, we want equality, we see the value in this, they are going to start adopting this at a much faster pace. Don't you want to have a company that provides them a service? Don't you want to have a consulting business that's teaching other people how to provide this service? And so the very first step is learning about it. All right. And then empowerment through financial freedom. Cryptocurrency gives you control over your money. That's a game changer. Not needing a bank to be able to be open for you to send a wire to your kid who's in college that needs something. Right now, they have those horrible fires in California. People had safes or they had cash in their house and it's gone, it burnt up in the fire. We've had ancestors that weren't able to have access to banking for one reason or another and put their money under mattresses and in walls. And guess what? It dried up. The currency was no longer valuable. It just crumbled up when you touched it, right? And so being able to have control over your own money, financial freedom, wherever you go in the world, and it's not controlled by any entity, is the absolute reason why this technology was created to level the playing field. You don't need to know anybody to have access to it. You don't need to have a certain degree. There is no esoteric, mythical monkey behind the screen that says, pop out. Nope, it's not for you. You can have it as long as you learn about it. And so I want to teach you about it. Guys, if you're with me, put a W for you're with me. If you're with me, if at least two of the five applied to you and made sense, let me see some W's.
Hmm.
Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We are on the same page. I am going to jump right into this slide presentation, and then I want to show you how easy it is to gain access to this education. My goal is for everyone at the end of an education, a cryptocurrency education with my platform to say, oh, darn, I should have did this a long time ago. This was so easy. Oh my gosh. I just needed someone to hold my hand and walk me through the process. And so that's what we're doing here. Okay. So starting us off, I am Tonya Lawrence again, the blockchain queen. I make crypto easy to understand and easy to purchase. Let me get this on the full screen for you. My background, I am a retired investment banker. My husband and I, we owned our own firm. We facilitated financing for businesses that needed anywhere between $1 million to $200 million. And we were very successful, had a great career. We were able to retire early. And we invested in a lot of projects, which allowed that to happen. And we still are entrepreneurs and investors. We absolutely love learning about new companies and investing in them. And so I've been a crypto enthusiast since 2016. And I've been in this space learning about crypto as much as I could, sharing crypto with other people, really making this feasible. And in November of 2024, after my chosen representative didn't make it to the presidency, I went through a depression. I spent 2 weeks in the bed, not able to move, totally stressed out, defeated. Um, I just was like really confused. Why didn't other people want all of us to come together? Why didn't other people see that we needed to unite and make progress in the country? And so I was really distraught. And God kept downloading into me few things. My mother always shared with me, to whom much is given, much is required. She also said, if you are not a solution, part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. That was a tough one when I was a kid. And I'd be like, Mom, I'm hungry. And she'd give me that look like, if you ain't part of the solution, you part of the problem. Which that meant get out the kitchen. Unless you in here to cook or participate in some way, get on out the kitchen, right? She was a toughie on us. And so I learned those principles. I lived with those principles, and it made me push to always be a part of the solution. So I love being a part of helping my clients, my investment banking clients, get to the funds that they needed. I love before that, my very first career was as a cosmetologist. I love doing people's hair and making them feel good. Went back and got my degree, went and started working in our investment banking firm. And it was like, this is it. I love money. I love numbers. I love helping people. It made so much sense to me. And so in that midst of that depression, last year. God just kept hitting me and hit me. I wasn't watching the news. I wasn't really on social media. I just needed to tune out. But I don't know how the information kept getting to me that this new administration was very crypto friendly. People needed to learn an article. My husband sent me the article saying that the issue with the adoption of Web 3.0 was education, that there was no one out there educating people. And so that birthed the Blockchain Queen LLC. Actually, my company had been incorporated years ago, but that started me putting everything into an online platform to help people learn. It's self paced, it's easy to understand. I don't use crypto jargon. I want you to have the information that you need to succeed. And then on top of it, I provide one on one coaching. All right. So my very first exposure to Bitcoin was in 2010 as an investment banker. One of my clients wanted to pay us our retainer. He was an extremely bright man. We had had like 3 meetings with him. He shared his project, what he wanted to do. He was in the telecom industry, so I knew he was smart. I was like, this guy is genius, right? 3 meetings, him explaining stuff to us. And I was like, not only do we want to facilitate the financing for this, we want equity in your company. We want to be a part of what we know is going to be very successful. And so it came down to brass tacks. We needed our retainer to be paid. And the retainer was $25,000. And he said, okay, I don't have the cash, but I do have digital currency. I can pay you in Bitcoin. I was like, I don't know what that is. As he started explaining what Bitcoin was, I was like, he trying to pull a fast one on me. Anybody else feel like that? Like it was hocus pocus. Like I don't even know what you're talking about. That's crazy. That don't even sound real. It doesn't even sound possible, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to go and reach out to my attorneys. My attorney was a large firm in Baltimore at the time that represented banks across the country. If I needed to get in touch with the CEO of a bank to put a deal structure together, I would call my attorney. He would get on the phone and get in touch with the CEO of the bank. We did deals that way because I could explain to them how this project benefited their bank, how they would make extra money outside of anything that customers see. When you walk into a bank lobby, there's a lot of money being made on the back end. We structured that for them. So they would be happy to take my call. So I called him. I said, Can you find out about this currency, this digital currency? He had never heard of it. It took him 2 days to get back to me. This is 2010. Took him 2 days to get back to me. He said, stay away from it. Bitcoin's a scam and you'll go to jail. That's the information that he got from presidents of banks. What do all the banks use now to send wires? Blockchain technology. Back then, Bitcoin was 10 cents a coin. If you are still here and you're listening to me and you feel my anguish, put 10 in the chat. Bitcoin was 10 cents a coin. He would have given us $25,000 worth. That's 250,000 Bitcoin. You just saw what it's worth right now. It's worth 94,000 a coin. I would have got it at 10 cents a coin, but I didn't because of misinformation and people wanting to control the finances that took place. That is the fire in my belly and why I am so adamant that I am going to talk and teach people until I can't talk anymore. Okay. My second exposure was our office. We had offices across the country. I primarily ran our Pennsylvania office. That was the headquarters for many years. So I was working there. One of my employees received an email. They forwarded it to me, and that was it. Our entire interface had been hacked. The message came up like a movie, all cryptic, and it was like, if you want your information, your data back, you got to pay us in Bitcoin. Here it is again. Now, this is 3 years later. You talking to me? Okay, my son's doing something on the side. Like, I don't know. You cheering me on? You dancing for me? Okay, I love it. Um, Bitcoin was still new. So I called all the people who we had financed their technology before. I was calling. I couldn't get in touch with Mr. Charles, who was the one who originally told me about it. I couldn't find him. But I called IBM, people I knew who worked at IBM. I was calling every tech wizard I could. They were like, I don't know what this is. I don't know how to access it. I can't get your data back for you. So we just chalked it up as a loss. And then over and over and over again, we kept hearing on the news that the city of Baltimore was hacked and there was a ransom being held for Bitcoin. The city of New York was hacked and the ransom was to be paid in Bitcoin. So we were like, okay, well, if we up there with them and we're that important, like we kind of felt honored, like, okay, we doing something out here. We up here with the big people getting hacked. It was still frustrating. Fast forward 2016, a friend who was an engineer at that time we were doing a lot of financing on energy projects because the Obama administration they came in and turned the economy around after the banking fiasco of 2008, and so energy deals were being done across the country. You guys started seeing solar farms pop up everywhere, right? We facilitated financing for a lot of them because of the ARRA stimulus act that the Obama administration put in place. And so I was like, okay, we doing something here. We back in business, baby. And so a friend, an engineer said, have you heard of blockchain technology? And I was like, no, I thought it had something to do with the solar panels or wind panels. I was like, tell me about it. You know, I need to be up on what's happening with my clients. And he said, it is the Web 3.0. And the first app that they have on the web, on this new Web 3.0, is called Bitcoin. And I was like, oh no, oh no. No, I heard about Bitcoin. When you go to jail, it's for the scammers and the drug dealers doing drugs all over the world or sending their money back and forth. And so I'm start running it down. And he's like, no, I need you to look at this technology. I need you to really pay attention to this blockchain technology. And once my nerdy butt started digging into the technology, it was game over. I was hooked when I started to see how the technology worked, why it was important, and how it could change things. Even in my career, we were retiring at that point, but for years we worked to get clients financing, and then we would have to wait 3 or 4 days for the federal government to send the ACH to the client. Like we sat at loan closing. Imagine this: you buy a house, you sit at loan closing, you sign all the paperwork, and the money to actually pay for your house doesn't show up. So you can't get into your new house. You got to sit around and wait for the federal government to this person to come to work, this person to send the ACH. The ACH takes forever to get there. Crazy work. I mean, absolute crazy work. Here today, you can use American Express is the first to use blockchain technology through Ripple. You make a payment on your American Express card, it's there instantly. Other banks, you got to pay an extra fee to get credit that day. Otherwise, it shows up a day or two later that your payment was made, but instantly for free, your money shows up because of blockchain technology. Things like that would completely have changed our career. Like the added stress to close a deal, explain something to your clients, and then them be frustrated 3 days later. I'm like, I can't make the government do anything. Have you been to Washington, D.C.? That's not the way it works, right? And so the technology fascinated me. And I was like, I'll learn about all the other stuff, right? And so here we are, me as someone who's been in this space since 2016, got my first Bitcoin when it was $800 a coin, and I absolutely love it. This was an old chart. This was November 24th. The coin was 98,000 a coin. So again, it's on sale. Go get you some when you get educated. But here, we're going to talk about some of the myths that you've heard. And if you've heard some other myths, go ahead and put them in the chat, or things that have given you pause, like, I don't know, I'm not too sure about this. Um, but first one, you need a lot of money to get started because it's right now $94,000 a coin. I don't have 94,000. Guys, you do not. You can start whatever platform we get you set up on. If the minimum is $1, you can buy $1 worth. My husband smokes cigars. He hangs out at different cigar lounges, and I would hear the guys talk when I would come in. They'd be like, "Oh, the blockchain queen," and they start wanting to talk me to death about Bitcoin. I'm like, "No, if you don't have a wallet, listen, sit down. We're gonna open up a wallet right now, and we're gonna send $5 over there. So I don't gotta hear nothing else about you speculate. And you go and look at your $5 move up and down." And they would start texting me like crazy. "I got $1 today." Please, sir, don't text me about this dollar every day. But people would be like so excited to see it actually work and how it actually moves, right? Bitcoin isn't real. That is a falsehood. It is real. It's not physical like your dollar bill, but it is physical, and because it is a has a digital value, right? Just like your credit cards. Imagine when your grandparents and some of you great grandparents first got their diner's card and was able to go out to eat. Whip this card out of their wallet, the big wallet that had the change purse attached to it. When they whipped that and a checkbook in there as well, y'all don't know about that. When they whipped that little plastic card out and they were able to pay for their food, there were some restaurants that didn't even accept the card because they were like, "We don't know what you're talking about," right? Technology advanced it, and they were able to, and now everyone is able to use that little plastic card to pay for food and to pay for gas and to pay for everything. That's the same thing that's happening with Bitcoin. Has anyone here been to a gas station and saw a Bitcoin ATM? Put a G or put gas in the chat if you've seen a Bitcoin ATM at a gas station. All right. And so this is probably because these folks are current students and they were looking, they saw them, right? Guys, now that you've been here and you've been exposed, they'll start to pop up. You'll see them at gas stations. There's pretty much a Bitcoin ATM at every single gas station. Somebody got to it before me, right? Criminals, it's for criminals. I told you about the story about our system getting hacked and the criminals came and asked for Bitcoin and ransom. Well, guess what they were asking for before they started asking for Bitcoin? Cash. Before that, gold. There has always been criminals. They will always ask for a return or some type of ransom or whatever they're going to charge in a currency. Has nothing to do with the currency. If that's the case, hammers are for criminals, right? Because they use them to break windows and to do bad things. So it's not the technology, it's the people. So yes, that's a big myth that people have out there, and it's one that cost me a fortune at that time. If I would have taken that 250,000 Bitcoin, we would have, if we never spent any, I think of like $26 billion right now. Imagine if we had spent half of them, we would still be multi-billionaires. Crazy that someone's misinformation or malice robbed me and my family of the opportunity to have that type of wealth, right? And if you're like, who needs that type of money? I do. Mind your business. I do. Right? Money changes things. Money changes things. When I started getting the calls for the donations for the firefighters, that money didn't come out the sky. It came out of money that we earned from somewhere. When someone calls and says, this is happening, that's happening, the money has to come from somewhere. The more you have, the more you can do. All right. So yes, I need my 250 million dollars, right? Um, crypto, let me see, move this chat. Got chats everywhere. Crypto is a fad. That is a falsehood. Crypto is here to stay. The government is moving swiftly to implement things to make sure that people start to adopt crypto. But guys, I'm going to speak for everyone that's on this call right now. They're not doing it for us. They've put into the media, into the consciousness that um, Bitcoin isn't for everyone. There's no education out there about it. It is for the rich, the wealthy, and the super wealthy to remain that way. When you look at the things that are taking place right now, the programs that are meant to lift people up, to give them that stepping stone to be able to do something new, DEI, social services, and advancements are helped inside the school systems. How are you taking stuff from the babies? The help that kids need to be able to function in a classroom to go on to have productive lives. That should be the first thing that stays in place so that America remains strong. But they know that if they don't provide those supports for people, they can continue to have the haves and the have nots. That gap is getting bigger and bigger because of the things that they are putting in place. So, what do? You watch what they're doing and you do what they're doing. They are moving into the cryptocurrency space at rapid paces. My husband is an attorney. He puts together legal documents for large transactions of Bitcoin. Anyone needing $1 million or more of Bitcoin, you can't just go to Cash App or Coinbase to go buy that type of crypto, right? You need to be buying it from someone who is a wholesaler. And so he puts together those transactions, he does the paperwork. And guys, the people who are saying, who are buying, or excuse me, selling oil, jet fuel, gold, diamonds, anyone that has a commodity that they're looking to sell, they do not want fiat currency. They don't want a euro. They don't want a US dollar. They don't want a yen. They're like, give me digital currency. If you can't figure out a way to get digital currency, come back when you can. Pay me in digital currency. Give me my money in crypto. Put crypto in the chat. If you like now, I'm going to do what they do. Give me my money in cryptocurrency. We've seen NFL players go and ask for their bonuses or their incentive and their signing contracts to be paid in crypto. NFL, different people didn't know what it was, what the value was. They were like, all right, just give him what he wants. And, that's on him. Yes, crypto me, please. I love that. Yes, coach. That's my new saying now. Crypto me, please, right? They are now saying, like, holy smokes, what is going on? I want to be paid in crypto. It's going to retain value. I can use it to get other crypto, and I don't have to worry about a bank. I swear to you, I went this was years ago. I was working still in Pennsylvania, still working. So that tells you 8 years ago already, right? I had a check that I needed. It was a personal check written in my name. I had my ID. The bank, I could walk to it from my office. I walked over on a break. I went to cash a $10,000 check. They told me they couldn't cash it. I had to make an appointment and come back. I think it was like a 2 day turnaround time at that time. What in the world is going on? Why don't y'all have $10,000 here at the bank that y'all can give me for my check? They're not keeping the money in the bank anymore. They're using that money to make money. Again, that's what we need to be doing with our money. Okay. OBJ, that's OBJ was paid in Bitcoin. You're right, Sean. Thank you for that. I knew it happened. I don't know anything about sports, but I knew that man got paid with that crypto. He said, crypto me, please. All right. And so the last one, crypto is a risk. Yes, it's absolutely a risk. Everything's a risk. Getting out of your house and driving in a car is a risk. So you have insurance. Going to the casino, big old risk, but we still go, right? Well, my mama goes. Everything's a risk, but you need to learn how to mitigate your risk. And education is the very first step in mitigating your risk with cryptocurrency. Okay. All right. So the size of the market, this is what floored me. This is another one of those downloads that happened when I was in my 2 week depression after the election. Um, there are 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be available. Only 19 million of them have been mined. That means that they've been brought to the market. When there's a limited supply of something, what happens? The demand goes up, right? And so there's only less than 2 million. It's a little more than 19 million that have been mined. Less than 2 million new coins will ever be produced. So if when Bitcoin was $1, if 21 million people went and got one Bitcoin for $1, there would be no more left to buy. They were smart. They didn't mine them all at once. So people could get a few, and it as they kept mining them, the value kept going up. Well, then what do? Every 4 years? Genius. They burn some of them. They have what's called halving, HALVING. Someone put that in the chat. Halving, HALVING. That is when the coins split, and traditionally within 12 to 16 months of that happening, we have what's called a bull run. This happens every 4 years. Bitcoin halves, HALVES. Every 4 years, it halves. And 12 to 16 months after that, there is a bull run. If you guys seen the stock markets, they have bull runs and bear runs. Bull runs mean that there's going to be an increase that's going to run it up, right? Right now, the last halving took place April of 2024. November of 2024, a new administration was elected in the United States. Shortly after, Kenya announced that it was going to make Bitcoin legal. Companies started partnering like crazy with cryptocurrency platforms. All of this is unprecedented because before, when Bitcoin would have, and then they would have that 12 to 18-month increase in the value, they had their bull run, they didn't have partnerships happening. They didn't have countries adopting the technology. This is unprecedented that it's happening right now. So this is happening. It's vaguely being shared on the news. If it may go over someone's head. It may be that Bitcoin ATM that tomorrow when you go pump some gas, you'd be like, dang, it was there the whole time. Because nobody talked to you about it, you didn't see it. It's like going to buy a brand new, I bought a maroon Mercedes, beautiful colors, and I was like, oh, this must be a custom color. Then I start seeing them. How did it happen? I never saw that car before. I thought I was getting something that nobody else had. And then I start seeing them after I got it. It's so unfair, right? And so once you get exposed to something, then you start seeing it. You'll be like, I hear them talking about it all the time, but they talking around me in circles. Now I know what's going on. Here is the crucial part. Only 3% of the global population even has access to a cryptocurrency wallet, and they don't care. They're going to continue to run it up behind the scenes, make the money, increase the value of their portfolio, of their legacies, and they don't care who knows about it or doesn't know about it. All right. So, what do we have here? Um, the future of cryptocurrency, it is going to change. And I talked about the 5 things early on that are important to understand. Bill payment. You right now have utility companies, phone companies that will accept payment in cryptocurrency. More importantly, once you amass wealth in this space, you can buy homes with cryptocurrency, mansions, you can buy yachts, you can buy helicopters. All of those luxury goods they usually accept cryptocurrency, right? And if the homeowner, say someone's selling a home or a luxury car, and they're like, I don't know what that is, I don't want to be bothered. There are law firms around the world that got set up with a specific purpose to help with the transaction. So no problem. You don't want to accept Bitcoin. We'll accept the Bitcoin. We'll give you the cash for it because that law firm wants that crypto. All right. Peer-to-peer payments, being able to send money back and forth to friends without a government intervening. Who is it? PayPal, all in your business. They want to know if it's your cousin or if you getting paid. Like, that's none of your business, ma'am. I'm sending or receiving money and it don't got nothing to do with you. Why are you asking me these questions? Because they want to make sure the government gets their fair share. Crypto, back and forth, peer to peer. You don't have to worry about anybody being in your business. Um, Rideshare services being able to be paid for with crypto. In other countries, the US, we're sometimes behind the eight ball. In other countries, they have driverless cars. I know they had them in San Francisco. That was very exciting, right? But in other countries, it's prevalent. Driverless cars are driving around picking people up. So someone goes and they buy a driverless car, they get dropped off at work, and then they send their car out to work for them during the day. That driverless car is going around picking up people, and people can pay in crypto. People are having solar panels on their roofs, and they have their neighborhood that they live in. Well, everyone in that neighborhood would be on the same grid. The solar panels are connected, right? They're at work, and at that time, it's daytime. The sun's hitting on the roof. They're collecting the most energy. So their neighbor who is home, working from home, or raising children at that time can go onto their thermostat using blockchain technology and buy the energy from their neighbor's house at a cheaper price than it will cost from the energy company, and they can use cryptocurrency to pay for it. Guys, when you start to see what's happening everywhere around the world, now that we're having these conversations, you're going to be like, Tonya, guess what? Or, whoever invited you, guess what I saw? And share it in the community, share it in the chat, because I love to learn new things. Sean knows, my husband knows, like it's several people on here send me articles all the time. And I love it because there's so much development happening, right? So, what what I aim to be is your guide in this crypto space. Sorry, I was moving another chat. Aim to be is your guide, right? I want to help and provide step by step support to get you through this cryptocurrency journey. I completely understand how it is to take in new information when you're already busy, you got too many things on your plate, and now you want me to learn something new? Like I haven't been to school in 50 years, 20 years, whatever it is, right? I help make crypto easy to understand and more importantly, functional. Because if you don't know how to use it at the end of the day, it wasn't worth the education. So, in addition to getting the education, I have two options. You can either do it online, self paced, or I provide an executive experience where you get 2 hours of my time one on one, where I help you learn everything you need to know from soup to nuts, and it's customized to your learning style, right? And then help you with both of those platforms. So the executive experience is customized. You're going to get the wallet set up, and I'm going to help you buy your first crypto. With the online experience where it's self-paced, when you finish the course, I then spend 30 minutes with you. You get 30 minutes of my time coaching one on one, where I help you set up your cryptocurrency wallet and I help you purchase your first crypto. It is very important that you have someone walk you through this process as a newbie because there are scammers out there. There are fake websites, just like anything else. You can go and think you're going to Jimmy John's website and there's Jimmy Jane or something that looks very similar. Your sub's not going to come, right? You want to make sure there's always some copycat out there. You want to make sure you're doing things correctly and it's getting set up properly and your information is stored properly so you're able to control your assets for life. Okay. And so, help with making your very first Bitcoin coin purchase, I think, is the most important thing because functionality, utility is what allows you to see that, yes, this is real. This is what can happen for me. Security. I am very big on security when it comes to making sure that you have the information you need to make sure your wallet is secure and your assets are not being impacted by anyone else. Guys, I know this information because I've learned the hard way through personal experiences, through not following my own rules that I set up for myself, and how I get into my wallets, how I execute on things. And for me, it's even time frames. From 2 a.m. to 10 a.m., I don't need to fool with money because those are my resting hours, my beauty sleep hours. I'm fine at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, chit-chatting with my husband, right? At 5 o'clock in the morning, don't ask me nothing about numbers, money, or anything. I am done. I'm like REM sleep, but awake, and it's bad. It's bad for everyone. Okay. I went into a cryptocurrency wallet put in my secret key. Guess what? It wasn't the real wallet. It was a fake. It was a copycat. And as soon as it hit me, seconds later, I was like, this isn't the real wallet. I looked at the address at the top, boom, money's gone. Money was gone forever. It was my fault because I didn't follow my own rules. They took my NFTs, they took my Ethereum. Back then, I think Ethereum was 2000 a coin, but I had got it when it was less than 200 a coin. It hurt my feelings really bad, right? So I did that to myself, but I want to make sure you're educated, you have your own systems, and you're good to go. Ongoing tips to and tricks to avoid any pitfalls. Again, from my personal experience, if I've given you a tip or a trick from my personal experience in your current student, please put tip. Let these people know that I give it to you. I give it all to you because I don't want you to experience the same heartache that I have. I'm like a parent of a teenager, right? A preteen, a 18-year-old. I'm going to give it to you. It's up to you if you listen, but I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to make sure you have it because, baby, I don't want you to go through the same things I went through. All right. So, the ability to get started is very simple. We have what's called the Blockchain Queens Bitcoin Basic course, where I take all of this basic information I just shared with you. That's the why I show you how. I show you how to be comfortable with cryptocurrency. I show you what it is. I get you the information you need to get the knot out of your stomach. And then I walk you through setting up your wallet, right? And so if I have people who are on here that have guests, and you are an affiliate or brand ambassador, put brand on here, type brand, because I want your people to see brand next to your name and they know to go back to you for the link to get set up and started. I don't want them to use the company's link. All right. So put brand if you're an affiliate or a brand ambassador so your people know to go back to you. Um, the Blockchain Queen Bitcoin Basics course, it is $70. I extended it past 12/31. I really want people to have this information before the inauguration. Hear me on this. Before the inauguration, I showed you the Bitcoin chart. This is not for me. That $70 doesn't even cover the cost. I used to charge $100 an hour just to get my time, period. There was no course. There was no complete online service. It was you getting me on the phone to help you or on Zoom to help you with anything. It was $100 a minimum. It didn't matter if it took me 10 minutes because I've been at this for a long time and I could get to a solution faster than you. It was just $100, period. But it got you up to an hour of my time. $70 gives you an entire course plus 30 minutes of my time to get you set up. I want everyone to have crypto wallets before the inauguration. If you take any heed from me and you miss 200% gains before the election because you didn't have a cryptocurrency wallet. Who are some of my other people in here who are in my altcoin club? It's a private club that we have for people who've taken my course, completed the course, had consults with me, and expressing a desire to really learn more about coins. Share some of the returns that you've had on coins just this week alone. So the Blockchain Queens Bitcoin Basics course, I'll show you how to get to it. It's only $70. It gets you in the go. All right. I also have a free community. That's what you guys are in now. So I'm just going to skip right past that, the free community. We have an inner circle. That is the next level from the free community. In there, in the inner circle, I am going live on Tuesdays. The first and third Tuesday, I give you information, insight, tools, information that you need in order to grow your portfolio. This first Tuesday of the year, we went through putting together your plan. Guys, this is really like when you go to your job and you sit down once a year with your financial advisor and they say, okay, this is how your portfolio performed over the last 12 months. Do we need to change up the plan or is everything good? Do we keep going as is or do we need to decrease the riskier part of your portfolio and increase the more stable part? What do we need to do with your 401k? We put together a game plan to basically mimic or mirror someone having a 401k that grows much faster. Did anyone put any returns in the chat? Let me see. I don't see any yet, but we had some coins. Oh man, my chat is way behind. We had some coins. Let me see. Let me look real quick and give you some real life. You don't have your spreadsheet in front of me. Let me look in one of our chats. We had one coin that was up 6% for one day. That's more than most 401ks will do in 6 months. We had another coin that was up 46% for the day. Another one that was up 10% for the day. 14% on another coin for the day. Again, these guys, these aren't even Bitcoin. These are other cryptocurrencies that are out there that have use cases behind them that we did research on to find out before we even purchase them. So we are strategic and method. What's the word? Methodic behind what we do. We're not just out here willy nilly because somebody on social media said, go get this. Those are usually pump and dumps. Those are usually things that will get you caught up and get your feelings hurt. Okay. So the inner circle right now is free for the month of January. That gets you the ability to get on live calls with me on Tuesday. This coming Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a Q&A, so you'll be able to ask questions live. The following Tuesday, I forget the topic of the call, but again, it's only $7 a month usually. Can someone type in the chat, inner circle dot tanyalawrence.com. Again, if you were invited by a brand ambassador, do not use my link. If you weren't, go to inner circle dot tanyalawrence.com. And the coupon code is just the word circle. So inner circle dot, okay, it's in the chat, inner circle dot tinylearners.com. You can copy that link. And then the coupon code is just the word circle. That will get it, you'll get it free for the month of January. You'll get to see what the live calls are like, and you'll get to see the archives of all the other information I've provided. Anyone on here who is currently in the inner circle paying $7 a month, um, I promise you, I'm not changing the price. I want this to be a no-brainer for people, but based on the information I've given you on calls, this week I had a giveaway and I did a drawing, and the person who won, Miss Latoya, had already received what I was going to give as the giveaway. So I gave her 30 more minutes of coaching. Um, and so that 30 minutes of coaching was fire. I'm going to say, because I gave it to her, right? It was fire. Anyone in the inner circle paying $7 a month currently, what do you think the value of that monthly subscription really is? Please share it in the chat, because sometimes when you just say something, people think like, oh, they're just trying to tell me. Like, it's not $7 worth of information. It is me giving you everything that I'm learning every week, and I'm bringing you more content and helping you understand it so you can implement it for your life. All right. So we are turning the corner, wrapping up here. Next steps are number one. Okay, thank you, sir. Cameron says Cameron's brand new. Cameron and I have never met. We've never had a conversation one-on-one because I'm sure he is getting ready to finish his course. But he says $500 to $1,000 at least. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Miss Latoya says the passion is authentic. So the first step is joining the free community. You're already in the free community. Um, Guys, invite other people to the free community for the month of January. For every person that you refer to the free community, your name goes in the hat. You get tickets for a drawing to win a chance to win $100 in Bitcoin. I love giving away free stuff. That's just my thing. I love it. I love gifts. So that's my love language, and I love to give gifts, right? The second step is taking the Blockchain Queens Bitcoin Basic course. I'm going to show you how to get to it. The website is www. Make sure you put www.tonyalawrence.net. Tonyalawrence.net. Again, that course comes with 30 minutes of my time one-on-one coaching you to get through setting up your wallet. I want you in that course and to speed through it. It's really only like 2 hours when you really sit down and go through it. We have a couple guys on here who went through it in the course of a day. I want to be able to help you set up your wallet before January 20th. It's very important that you get there, get your stuff on sale, get your crypto on sale before it explodes. And you do it correctly, okay? And then joining the inner circle. Right now, inner circle free. So if you weren't invited here by a brand ambassador, you're going to go to innercircle.tonyalawrence.com and you're going to put in the code CIRCLE for your discount to get the first month free. If you were invited by a brand ambassador, get their link and still put in the code CIRCLE, and you're still going to be able to get the first month free, and you'll be able to get on the live calls with me to get the details. Okay. So I want to show you real quick how to navigate the platform because again, that for me is important. When something's new for me, I feel overwhelmed. I immediately feel overwhelmed and I will shut a laptop and go sit down somewhere and chill out in a minute. I don't want anyone to feel that way, right? So when you get the course, if you're getting it from me, it's just www.tanyalawrence.net. If you're getting it from an affiliate or a brand ambassador, you're going to go with their link and it's going to take you to the platform. But when you go to sign in, you just go to www.tanyalawrence.net. The website pops up. It gives you all kind of information here. You have your links at the top for different things that you may want to participate in, including being a brand ambassador, sharing this information with other people. But it goes down and talks about the platform. I have a welcoming video, some information about me, and what they can expect from the platform, as well as the products that are all here in the platform. I have courses, I have downloads that you can look at. There's so many products. I think there's like 24 products on here. And so information on me, my bio, why you should choose this. This is a testimonial video from Dr. Rux. You can sign up for a mailing list and some testimonies down here, testimonies you can scan through and see what other people are saying that took the course. These are real people. So this is where you'll come back to. So you're either going to buy the course here or you're going to come back here. www.tanyalawrence.net. You just go to the top. It will say sign in if you're not already signed in. You go to the top and you then hit my account. You sign in, you hit my account. Or no, wait a minute. Did I go to the wrong thing? That's not what we want. I'm sorry, let me go back to my dashboard. So this will give you the things that you are signed up for, and you just go right in. So these are the courses up top. And then here are the communities. Like I said, we have multiple communities. The free community, it's the baddies and buddies that you're in right now, the inner circle, and then my invite only Blockchain Queens Alt Club, Altcoin Club. That's where we actually do trading based on signals. Okay, so let's say you get started with the Blockchain Queens Bitcoin Basics course. You pop right in there and it goes right into the educations. So you can see over on the left-hand side, you get to go through the course chapter by chapter. That's chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 21 lessons in here, about an hour and a half worth of videos, some lessons for you to complete and fill out yourself, and then feedback. Most important is feedback because I want to know how I can make it better for you. And then with that, I'm going to stop here because I want to see if anyone has any questions I can answer. Go ahead and pop them in the chat. Also, something else for anyone who buys the course, who's already purchased it, or who buys the course, I am all about your health and your wealth. You are going to get access to a free meal plan from my nutritionist. She is one of my newest students, and she was like, listen, we got to do something. We got to partner up. I want your people to be able to have access to the same. She's a double certified practitioner, holistic practitioner, and a personal trainer. Like she keeps me snatched, right? And so you're going to get access to, I'll see it as soon as you sign up. I will get you the code, the coupon code to get access to a free meal plan from someone who snatches bodies together. If you want your health and wealth in alignment for 2025, this is the time, right? Also, the inner circle, you got the code for that. That circle, the $100 drawing is available for anyone who refers anyone to the free community. Again, I love giving gifts. Yes, ma'am, I'll get you that information too. So anyone who already has the course, I will be sending that out to you. All right. Any questions? You can unmute yourself or go ahead and pop them in the chat. I will just spend a couple minutes answering questions because I want people to feel completely informed and able to make a sound decision. Let me check the chat. Okay. While we're waiting for anyone to become unshy and ask a question, Mr. Brent, can you either unmute or type in the chat and respond for us real quick? He was one of the cigar guys at the cigar shop of my husband who was crazy skeptical about crypto. He has taken the course. He has now moved on. He's in the inner circle. He's in the altcoin club. He is actually a developer, and in addition to his development project that he's working on, we're going to have those houses be on the blockchain. So those deeds will be on the blockchain. They will be done with smart contracts. Like it is fire happening right now. Actual projects being done because someone took the opportunity to get educated. Mr. James, can you share with everyone how you felt before, how you feel now? Let me see if I can help you unmute. Are you able to unmute yourself? I see it in the chat. That's a lot to type out in the chat.
Hello.
There you go. Hello, sir.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how'd
I'm
you feel?
sorry. It's a bunch of football game noise here, so it took me a while to get to a place where I can talk.
Okay,
But
okay. That's happening right now, playoffs. All right.
yeah.
So how'd you feel before the blockchain queen, Bitcoin basic, and how do you feel now?
Well, when your husband first told us about it at the shop, I was like, oh no, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not doing it. But because I know who he is and I love his energy and everything we talked about in the shop. I went ahead and gave it a shot, and I do not regret it at all. So y'all come join the family, fam. Let's go. Let's get this money.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. And so, guys, if James, if you want to put your site down where people can go and look at your houses that are going to be on the blockchain, they're absolutely gorgeous. They can be investment properties. Put your site down so people can take a look at it and be a part of something that's going to be historical for the US. It's happening in other countries. This will be one of the first blockchain communities in the United States. So, super excited for him in the development. All right,
uh,
MKM, what's your name? I see you said you're excited to join the family. I'm going to say welcome right away, but what's your name? Nicole, hello, hello. Is this my Nicole from my nutrition group and workout group from Harrisburg? No, okay, a different Nicole. Hello, welcome, sweetheart.
hey,
All right, Latoya, were you trying to say something?
I was going to ask a question in regards to anyone who already has access. A lot of us have Bitcoin already.
Hmm.
So somebody who enters this community already with some crypto, what does that look like for them?
Great question. So if you already have crypto but don't understand how it got, what it really is, how it can enhance your future, this is where you want to be because I'm going to take you through a very easy understanding of what it is, how it works, how it's going to impact your future, and then where do you go from there? Where you go from there is setting up a portfolio, right? You want to make sure you have a variety of coins so you can mitigate your risk. Um, it's like having one outfit in a new job. Probably not a good idea, right? You need to have a few outfits for the new job. So you need to have a few cryptocurrencies in your portfolio to have you prepared and to mitigate your risk. Great question, Latoya. Thank you.
Thank you for answering that.
Yeah, any other questions?
I
And
think
being around like-minded people is intoxicating. Like I love being around y'all and the information you share. It just makes my day when I get to see KL. Yes. What question do you have?
Hello, hello. Yeah,
Hello. What's your name?
my name is Kendrick.
Hey, Kendrick.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I appreciate you sharing your story about how you got involved. I just wanted clarity.
Hmm.
When you speak about blockchain and Web3, I guess the most biggest thing that was skeptical or I may not understand that has my interest in this group
Hmm.
is I didn't understand if cryptocurrency was had a conversion with all money.
Great
Uh,
question.
So when you had went through your experience of being hacked, being denied, my skepticism came from a dollar has the ability to be converted into multiple ways as we grew up in school.
Hmm.
10 dimes, 4 quarters, 20 nickels, et
Hmm.
cetera, et cetera. As you explained, gold, paper, et cetera, et cetera. So when you explain Web3, my question to you is cryptocurrency its own language and its own conversion? Like when is it money is over here and then digital currency is over here? It's a brand new language. Are you saying that?
I love this question, Kendrick. This is my Coinbase debit card. This little thing is dangerous, y'all. I don't even recommend you get one. Okay. Um, you can spend your crypto anywhere where you can use a debit card. So it is actual currency, right? I have it in my purse. It's just I use a lot of discipline with this now. Because I told you I got that first crypto at 800 a coin. It went to 1200 a coin. I thought I was rich. I thought I was rich, rich, because we worked right next to our office was right next to Edward Jones. It's a big investment firm, and the guy who worked there, anytime a company was getting ready to go public, he would run over to our office and be like, "Give me a check for $20,000." He would take that 20,000 and turn it into like 30,000. He would take it and turn it into 35,000. We thought we were balling out of control, right? We were like, oh, we got the plug, like we made an extra 10 grand today. My boy down the hall like hooked us up. Game changer. When you have $800 that turns into $90,000, that don't happen anywhere else. Right now, there are still coins in our portfolio, the people who are in the altcoin club and some of the people in the inner circle. I gave them coins to add to their portfolio on Tuesday. That replay is in there, so you can go and snatch those coins before the inauguration. But when you have coins that are 35 cents, that can go to $10. You have coins that are $1 that can go to $10. It's a game changer because you can get a lot more of them and increase your value. And then I don't recommend blowing the money. I'm a bit of a shopper. Um, and I like to buy it, give it away. I like to buy it, I like to keep it. I don't recommend that. I recommend having a strategy, having a plan. What money you're going to double, how many times you're going to double, when you're going to pull the profits off, and then go and spend the profits. Just don't do it willy nilly like I did, just running it up, excited that you got some profits, and then like, oops, it went to 108,000 and I spent it at 1,200. Mm, darn, would never do that again. I just did a one-on-one executive coaching for a prominent attorney, Jay Wendell Gordon. He's often on CNN. Did his 2 hour coaching, sat down with him, and then he asked me to come on his podcast 2 days later. He was like, people need to know about this. And on the podcast, he was like, I just don't understand why anyone would spend this. It makes no sense to me. Why would they spend it? I was like, I didn't know. I feel stupid. Like right now, I didn't know that it was going to go from 1,200 more. I was just excited that I had that type of return. So I spent it. So have a new perspective on what to do with that cryptocurrency. Thank you for asking that question. So yes, you can convert it. You can use it anywhere. You could buy things with it. You can actually take the currency, convert it back to US dollars on an exchange, or in other countries, you convert it to the currency that is in that country. And then that US dollar or the yen or the pesos can go and be sent right back to your bank account.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you. That
welcome.
is you've answered my question.
You're welcome. And I always want you to learn from my experience. Don't go running it up. Don't ball out of control and then have heartache. Any other questions? All right, guys. So you're getting a free meal plan from Dr. Rocks, the double certified nutritionist. You can get in that inner circle for free by just using the coupon code CIRCLE. Um, there was never any real education on crypto. No, I learned it from just me and my friends getting together, studying it, and being super nerds. Um, No, there are platforms where you can go and read about crypto, but there's no one who's going to handhold you and walk you through the process in a strategic way. So we are pioneering this whole educational platform right here. We're going to run it up. Our goal is to impact 10,000 families this year alone, to be a multi-million dollar company. I had projections in place just based on what's happened in the first 12 days of the year. We have progressed. We are going to be a $3 million company. And based on the payouts that we have for our ambassadors and people who are affiliates, $1 million of that will go back to affiliates and ambassadors who help bring other people to the platform. So if you're ambitious, you want want to make some extra money to put into your crypto portfolio, we can sign you up as an ambassador right on the website and get you started making money in this space from helping other people get educated. So I love it. Thank you, sir. He said, what you're doing is a blessing. Thank you. Well, that is it for us, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate you. I know you could have been somewhere else doing something else, and I hope I brought tremendous value and insight to you this evening to help you have a new perspective on this new currency, this new way of living, this new way of making money. And I look forward to seeing you all on our one-on-one consultations and getting you started on this crypto journey. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.